Purple banners hang from the rafters across Weslaco High's Sepulveda gym. The accolades speak for themselves. Accomplishments and championships from different sports are written all over the place. The boys and girls basketball teams hang front and center next to each other. There's a lot to brag about over the last decade with numerous district titles and playoff victories. But there's also plenty of room for more markings. The Weslaco boys squad are the defending District 31 6A champions and are the favorites yet again with 4 starters and 7 lettermen back.
Good.
In fact, 3 seniors on the roster have played varsity ball since their freshman year.
Right there.
The Panthers rebuilt around these young men and returned to glory after a 2-year playoff drought last season with a league title and a trip to the area round of the postseason.
Looking away and then bam.
We have a lot of people coming back from my freshman year, my sophomore year. But other than that, we've been playing together all summer and since our freshman year. And we're just a huge group of friends and we have good chemistry.
Morales averaged in double figures last season at the guard spot. 6'1", Nick Mora starts at power forward to develop an interior presence along 6'3" center Justice Free, whose hops make him feel like he stands at 6'7" and averaged a double-double last season. Free, Morales, and Mora were named first team All-District a year ago.
I feel real good. I couldn't wait to come back to this team. It's a really good team. I've been waiting for basketball season.
With the athleticism, size, and experience, the Panthers have the luxury to move players around to different positions, creating combinations on the lineup, which develops an attack that features speed or power. Expect to see Mora at times play the guard position alongside with Braxton Bloomquist, Jordan Young, in addition to Eric Gonzalez, who provides a spark off the bench with sophomore center Derek Cedeno.
Right now, we're real versatile. We have a lot of guys coming back from football, and we have guys that can run the post. They have strength to go down low and post up, and they also have the ability to shoot outside, and that's what makes us so good, and we're going to be a good offensive.
A lot of opportunities to come and get in front of the guy.
Under head coach Gabe Valdez, the Panthers have won 5 district titles, 7 by-district titles, 4 area championships, with 1 Sweet 16 appearance in 2007. In order to bring another district title and play well past the regular season, the unit will now have to accept the challenge of having the targets on their back.
We're ready. The coaches have been telling us that we've got a big target on our back, especially because we're coming back from our district championship. Everybody's going to be trying to play their best game against us, and that's something we're ready for.
The girls have the same kind of scenario as the boys. However, the difference is this team will depend on tradition while molding youth to make it 5 district championships under head coach Griselda Fino.
Let's go!
The Lady Panthers lost last year's RGVSports.com All-Valley Player of the Year, Angela Villarviar, to graduation and her 15 points and 7 steals per game.
There you go, stay low, there you go.
Overall, the defending co-district champs and area finalists returned 2 starters and 4 lettermen. On top of that, this will be one of the smaller rosters Fino has had since she took over Weslaco almost a decade ago.
Okay, here we go. Hey, that was a great switch.
The average player stands at 5'5", which includes starting post player Amy Garcia, who stands at that exact height.
We're definitely small, but you know, there's a lot of resiliency there with those kids, and there's a tradition to uphold, and there's a lot of fight in them, and I think with that being said, you know, we find a lot of strength in the fact that we are smaller, and we understand that there's a lot of work that's going to have to be done in order to defeat bigger teams, and I think, you know, as early as our season has been, we've proven that we can play with big teams and be successful, and so that's definitely promising for us, and you know, for me as a coach, I take that challenge and I spring it upon the kids, and they've been able to answer.
Either you're ready or you're not.
Positive signs have already come to fruition with notable wins over Valley Powers, Sherryland and Edinburgh Vela, and also came away with a nice victory over San Antonio Churchill at the Border Bash tourney. The squad also captured the Mid-Valley Classic tournament for the 4th year in a row.
When we're on, oh goodness, we are on. We look so well. When we're not on, you know, that's when you start noticing some of the woes we have with the fact that, you know, we haven't really played together much. But I do credit our kids because they spend the entire summer helping each other. They spent the entire summer working out together. They spent the entire summer traveling together to various tournaments, and that obviously is the backbone to our program, and it's proven to help us out early on in the season where maybe other teams don't have that or didn't have that. And you can tell our kids, even though we have a lot of new faces, they kind of have fallen into the steps of our Lady Panther program and our tradition and what the hard work that is required.
Shooting guard Jasmine Muniz brings the most experience as a 3-year starter and was a first-team All-District selection last season. Now a senior, count on Muniz to be more aggressive and vocal on the court.
I'm ready for the challenge, actually. Since my junior year, I knew that my senior years it was going to be tough. Both coaches expect a lot from me, and I know my team does too, and I'm going to do what I can for them.
Garcia makes up the only other starter on the squad to return. She will be outsized in just about every game.
Go hard to the basket. Go hard to the basket.
But she is scrappy
Go
and
hard,
tough,
Lily.
according to Fino. She's a second-year starter who averaged 5 points as a junior last year. Her scoring may be limited, but her contributions on defense and crashing the boards is where she will make her mark.
This defense, our defense is our key to winning, and I think we're gonna be fine. We gain a lot of good players, we gain a lot of more ball movements, and I think we'll be just fine.
And the Lady Panthers have proven they'll also be A-OK with Vervias's replacement, Brianna Peña. Only a sophomore, Peña can just about do it all from scoring, passing, and shooting. She pretty much reminds us of Vervias, only with a pair of glasses, and is a little taller at 5'8". Peña has excellent vision and can create things on the floor. In the early part of the season, Peña has already put a stamp on the team with her talents.
I definitely want to make my own name, but if they bring up Angela, I mean, she was a good player, so talk good about her.
She's proven a lot from her freshman year. I know she played pretty scared. I've told her, just step up, varsity is a whole different game. She didn't really have that much, to play her freshman year. And she's proven a lot to me in the summer, winning a lot of individual awards. And she's gonna do pretty good.
The Lady Panthers have made the playoffs in all of the 9 years Fino has been head coach, including 2 straight Sweet 16 appearances. To make it 10 in a row, Weslaco has to do it with defense, fundamentals, and at least has tradition to fall back on.
Just like I told the kids, there's absolutely no excuses. We have a whole lot of new faces, different faces, but ultimately our goals remain the same. And our goals are to win the district title.
At the sister school, they're talking rise in the East. Weslaco East has been the perfect definition of consistency and solid play. The Lady Wildcats have made the playoffs the last 9 seasons despite having to transition from Class 4A to 5A and now 6A under head coach Chris Cromer.
Clean it up. Let's go.
It's been challenging at times, but the program has found a way to reach the postseason. After getting ousted in the first round last season, the program has big plans to raise the bar higher.
We wanted the playoff run to keep going. We wanted to make it to the playoffs again. We wanted to go further than we did last year. And we decided that a way to work at it was summer, just work at it all summer long. And any chance we had to just be on the court with the ball and to be playing.
It's been quite the adjustment for the program in the early part of the season. No starters are back from last year. So the team has had to work with role players from last year and has welcomed the addition of Shiley Lefevre, who transferred from Class 3A George West. The senior was a first-team All-District guard whose squad went 3 deep in the playoffs last year. Right away, Lefevre brings that championship experience to the table in addition to her senior leadership.
That's my most important, I think, role on this team is I want to make sure that I bring out the better player in everybody, and we want to play to the best of our abilities and try to lead the team more often as in get my high points or get my assists. I try to bring out them before I do.
You should have swept. You should be sweeping.
Like in years past, size isn't on the Lady Wildcats side. Defense has been their bread and butter in the program's success.
Okay, you're going to feed the ball to Karen. Karen's my pass.
Marin was a main contributor at the post as a role player. She's aggressive down in the paint and works hard at her position. Lauren Marquez will see a lot of minutes at the post as well. The junior is off a knee injury last year, which was suffered in the middle of last season. Her 5'11" presence is a nice asset to a team that takes pride at keeping opponents under 40 points per game.
Next one, let's go.
Last season, the squad allowed a salty 39 points per game.
Good shot.
We know that offense, we need it, but we can't do anything without our defense. And Cromer, he's preached a lot, and we fight it out on the court in practice. We like to show that out on the court against other opponents with our defense, how aggressive we are. And it's a big part of what we do in practice every day.
As the Weslaco East best shooter, Giselle Reyes is counted to be a top scorer for the team. Add Cepeda and Lefevre to the mix, and the Lady Wildcats have themselves a solid front court. So far this season, the trio combined for 25 points per game, which make up a bulk of the offensive production. The squad showed a nice spark after they captured their first 4 games of the Mid-Valley Classic earlier in the season. The transition from becoming starters and working Lefevre into the system has been productive in the early part of the year, to say the least.
They have taken me really well. They've taken me in. I really applaud them because they've worked with me, and so far I've fallen in love with them. So they've brought that to me. They brought me home.
Yeah, a lot of people thought that this year was going to be a rebuilding year, that we weren't going to come back, that our playoff run was done. But we embraced that challenge, and all summer long we played together.
It's been 4 years since Weslaco East boys team last made a playoff appearance.
Inbound it, hold it, you gotta inbound.
Now under second-year head coach Jorge Martinez, the Wildcats look to change fortunes with an up-tempo style by pushing the ball up court and full court pressure. That recipe helped Martinez to a district title and 2 playoff appearances at Del Rio. Now with 3 starters back from last season and 6 lettermen, Martinez would like that formula to work for the East Side strong side.
We hope that we can be an exciting team. You know, we like to run, so we like to push the ball up and down the court. We try to get after it defensively. So hopefully it's an exciting type of basketball to watch.
Thus far, Weslaco East is off to a solid start compared to a year ago in Martinez's first season as head coach. The squad has managed to stay above 500 and confidence is growing. The Wildcats brought home the first place trophy after winning the Mission Veterans Thanksgiving Tournament and lost in the championship game of the Ed Couch Elsa tourney. That production alone is a positive sign progress is being made.
Coach Martinez said a different culture coming in. He expected us to be fast, quicker team. He set a lot of goals for us, pushing us hard to get it for our goals.
Munoz runs the offense at the point guard position. He, along with 3-year letterman Ciro Riojas and Jesus Ortiz, also a 3-year letterman, lead the front court attack. Ortiz averaged in double figures last season, and Riojas' speed and quickness is a great fit for the Wildcats' style of play. A nice addition to the club is Richard Lefevre, who adds a big body in the paint with his 6'4" frame. Right now, Lefevre is in the junior varsity club trying to learn the system while also getting into basketball shape. Should Lefevre develop into what Martinez is looking for, the young sophomore's presence will help on both sides of the ball. And if the chip falls into place, expect Weslaco East to be in the thick of the playoff picture this time around.
Well, I think we had an off season. You know, we had a better off season. You know, this was their first off season. You know, in the new system, and I think they really worked hard in the off season to prepare their bodies for this season.
For KWES TV, I'm Mike Gonzalez.